Hello everyone, so in this video I'll be going through how to solve questions like these. So whenever we have a quadratic like this and they're asking us to rewrite the quadratic in this form. So what this form is known as completed square form. Completed square form. So the way to do this is we have to firstly complete the square for the original expression here. So the way we complete the square is we write x firstly, since the coefficient of x squared is just 1. And then we have the coefficient of x. In this case it's 12. So we have that, and we write 6 inside the brackets. And that's all. And then we square it. And then, so that's x minus 6 squared. But since in this form that they've given us here, right here, in this form right there, there is no constant form, like there's no constant, for example, plus c. So that suggests to us that the answer is just x minus 6 squared. So now if we expand that would be x squared minus 12x. This is what we already have. And then plus 36. So the way to expand these brackets is firstly x, you take the x and you square it, so x squared. And then you take 2 and you multiply it by x and by 6. So that's how we get 12x. And that's why we halved it in the first place, so that we could get 12x. And then finally, we square the last term, which is 6. We square it, which gives us 36. So therefore, this is the expansion of x minus 6 all squared. And now if we compare it to the expression they've given us, which is x squared minus 12x plus a, we see that a is therefore, it has to be equal to 36. So we can write that down here. A is 36. And b is, well, this is equal to x minus 6 all squared. And we have x plus b squared. So therefore b is equal to negative 6. If you substitute b equals negative 6 and a equals 36 in the equation, you should do this in the real exam just to check and confirm and validate your answer. So x squared minus 12x plus 36 equals to, substituting these, we have to substitute these values that we've obtained to check. And we see that this is indeed correct. So I just want to go through some more completing square practice. Let's say they want us to complete the square of x squared minus 12x. Just x squared minus 12x. So what we have to do for that is we have x minus, we always put x first if the coefficient is just 1. And then we halve the 12, which gives us 6. And then squared, right? But then if we expand this out right here, if we expand it, we're getting x squared minus, so you take the 2 multiplied by both of these, which is 12x, and then you square the last term. So you first square the first term, which is x, so x squared, and then multiply 2 by x and 6, x and negative 6, and then you square the last term, so we get x squared minus 12x plus 36. But the original expression that we have is just x squared minus 12x. So what can we do to this expression right here to get it to be equal to x squared minus 12x? Well, we can subtract 36. So basically what we have to do to the end of this is subtract 36. So in completed square form, x squared minus 12x is equal to x minus 6 squared minus 36. That's how you complete the square. So now let's move on to a more complicated example. Complete complete the square. 2x squared plus 14x plus 8. So now in this case, the coefficient of x squared is not 1, it's 2. So to make the coefficient of x squared 1, we take out the factor of 2. So that becomes 2 times x squared. And now we divide all the terms by 2. So this becomes 7. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And 7x. And then lastly we divide the term 8 by 2. That becomes 4. So 2x squared plus 7x plus 4. And now we see that now we work with the inner bracket. We complete the square for this. And we see that we have the coefficient of x squared as 1. So now all we do is 2 times x plus. Now we have the. So 2 x plus. We have the 7 to give us 7 over 2. And then squared. But, and now we subtract the 7 over 2 squared. Like similar to what we did here, we subtracted the 36, which is equal to 6 squared. So that we can obtain x squared minus 12x without the constant. So we subtract 7 over 2 squared. That is 49 over 4. But now we remember that we have this original 4. We have this 4 here. So we add back the 4 to the equation. Like this. So effectively what this part is. This whole part is x squared plus 7x. And then this part is the final plus 4. That brings our original, that's equal to this expression. That's equal to this expression here. Right? So you should always minus the square of the last term to get back to this type of form where you don't have any constants. And then finally add back the constant that you had later, which is plus 4 in this case. So now what we have to do is expand the brackets or simplify firstly inside. So this is x plus 7 over 2 squared. So and then now we collect the constants together, these constants. Negative 49 over 4 plus 4, that's equal to negative 33 over 4. You should always use your calculator just to check in the exam. That is indeed negative 33 over 4. And now, finally, we multiply 2 again. So we get 2 by x plus 7 over 2 squared minus 2 by times 33 over 4. The reason we have the 2 here is because this 2 right here is multiplied by the whole entire bracket. Whatever's inside the bracket gets multiplied by 2. This is what we initially did here. Anything inside the bracket gets multiplied by 2 so that we can obtain our initial expression. So that's why we multiply 2 by 33 over 4 since it's within the bracket. So therefore in completed square form, the answer is this minus 33 over 2. And that's our answer. This is how you complete the square for 2x squared plus 14x plus 8. So now, I want you, this is a challenge for you, complete the square for 3x squared plus 12x plus 36. Complete the square for this and let me know in the comments what you get. Let me know in the comments the answer for this. So yeah, that's all you need to know for completing the square. I hope that was helpful. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe. And comment any other problems you'd like me to go through. Thank you very much.